Welcome back. And now it's time for our press review for today. It's a pleasure to have with us our new guest, Dr. Hamaki, Professor of Economics and Shams University. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start by taking a look at the main headline of Yommá. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inspected on Wednesday by the new Suez Canal project. This visit comes within context of the president's official visit to a number of military units in the Eastern Military Region. The president expressed satisfaction for successes accomplished in the project. And this is something very, very important. You know, when Egyptians they decide to take a decision, they continue in a very short period of time.
Yes, you know, this visit it had, I think, two important goals. The first one is after the terrorist attack for Sinai, and after you know that the president dedicated 10 billion Egyptian pound for development of Sinai. And actually we have been talking for the last 20 years about the importance of development of Sinai and how extent, you know, encouraging Egyptians, and actually Egyptians are willing very much to share and to go there and to live in Sinai. So the issue is how we can exploit our resources in Sinai efficiently enough and to make this kind of planning for having people there, to have, you know, construction plans in order to build societies. You know, this is quite important, and dedicating this amount of money is a very important start to kick off this action. The issue is that this visit is now monitoring. The first one is to how extent terrorists, you know, activities to combat terrorists in Sinai taking part, and the progress on it, which is quite essential nowadays after this you know, catastrophes that happened in Sinai. And the second thing is to monitor activities for Suez Canal. And we, all Egyptians, we hope this is a mega project. We are putting our dreams to activate and to enhance development in the whole area, including Sinai. Sinai is going to be a very important part of this project. And nowadays there is planning for the master plan in order to specify the investment, you know, map for this area, which activities can be located, industrial, agricultural, and services, and how to activate the role of Suez Canal as a very important international passage for the international trade. I believe this is a very important project that needs monitoring every day, and this visit is quite important to mention that we are serious in our economic development. We are serious to monitor these mega projects, and we are looking forward with, we can add to that March conference, economic conference, in which you are trying to attract foreign direct investment. And mostly nowadays we, you know, the organizers of the conference, they had several demand to you know, participate in this conference, and nowadays we are talking about how we can attract and locate investment in this very promising area of activities.
Right. Let me move on to another headline. Egypt's Assistant Foreign Minister for Arab Affairs, Abdulrahman Salah, called for all Arab countries not to host leading figures of the Egyptian outlawed Brotherhood group. Salah stressed such a move is essential to siege the Brotherhood as a means to fight terrorism that poses grave perils for the whole world. This came during a meeting he held on Wednesday with Arab ambassadors to Cairo. This is something very, very,
very important, you know, because
how come they all want to fight terrorism and still they are trying to do something that is completely opposite, just like the United States?
Yes, you know, we have to understand quite well the international and regional scene, you know, and we have to understand that these countries are trying to seek their own interest regardless everything. despite that, like United States supported Islamic terrorists, and then now they are combating it. The issue is, that to what extent we can form, like international, like what happened in Paris after, this attack in Charlie Hebdo, and the president François Hollande, to what extent gathered all, or a large part of leaders in the whole world to express that we are against terrorism. The issue is that it's not just by making this action that you are going to combat terrorism. The issue is that how we define terrorism, number one, because this has always been the issue. How now we are lacking, as a specific definition of terrorism, which means that nowadays terrorism is going to be concentrated on Daesh. Daesh is representing terrorism. The issue is that we are going to find who are the groups that are with Daesh, and who are the groups that are supporting Daesh. These are the main questions that we have to discuss, which is also all the world. We need an international movement towards combating terrorism. So the issue is that we have to we need a clear vision regarding how to define terrorism, and then how to, if we have a clear definition about it, so how to combat it. But we have why they don't want to admit. Yes, because they are using it. These are tools in their hands to be used at the right time. This is a very important point. So this is meaning that are we Arab countries, we have a clear vision about that. Nowadays we witness some kind of harmonization of efforts and visionary approach between Gulf countries and Egypt, and this is quite important. But at the same time we need more actions to be taken. We need more harmonization. We need, from other Arab countries to get a clear vision, and to have, some kind of, we need to be presented as Arab countries and as one unit, not dispersed countries that are addressing this issue. So, besides, we need all Islamic countries. Despite that Turkey and Iran, we have different points of view with them, but still we need consensus regarding Islamic countries, Arab countries against terrorism.
Right. Moving on to another headline. A banking source at the central bank said that the bank officials decided to set $10,000 ceiling for daily cash deposits, given that it does not exceed $50,000 a month for individuals or companies. The same source added that several procedures were taken to end illegal activity of the black market.
These are actions taken by the central bank to combat, black market, because black market is, damaging the economy. And specifically, when we are talking now to attract foreign direct investment, we need, free market regarding our exchange rates. But the issue here is that what are the actions that have been taken on the real economy? It's not just by managing on the short-term, exchange rate policy. Because, there were several points to be mentioned here about the role of speculation and to what extent large companies have contributed in this problem. Because, since you are, as a central bank, you cannot support, business with supply of dollar or foreign currency, generally speaking, automatically those producers or importers or all these business activities, they have to refer to black market. So the issue is that you cannot just take decisions and you are not capable to implement these decisions. So what happened the last period that unfortunately the Egyptian pound lost a lot, and this is going to be to have severe repercussions and the price level. And due to that, poor people are going, and middle class are going to be affected seriously by that. So this monitoring and managing of the crisis of exchange rate, I believe it would need better tools to be used in order to speculate the relationship between supply and demand in the labor market, in the exchange rate market, in the exchange rate market. And then what tools can be used, not just by letting the Egyptian pound drowning like that, from 7.18 to 7.62. This is a tremendous decrease in the value of the Egyptian pound. Despite that, you can see that it is a real, you are expressing the real situation of shortage of dollar compared to the Egyptian pound, but still, how can we work on what is the role, the issue, number one, what is the role of speculation to achieve these results? To what extent black market has used its tools in order to reach this amount, because the demand of dollar, is it the real demand, or it is induced and strengthened by speculation, by those who would like to gather dollars in order to benefit from the difference in prices of the exchange rate? This is a tremendous question that can answer that, because the real policies in order to address exchange rate is to increase the supply of dollar by enhancing exports, promoting tourism, and then to what extent attracting foreign direct investments, and reduce the demand for dollars by producing at home instead of importing. We are still relying on other countries for a lot of things, as food, as everything. Intermediate goods, even if we manufacture goods, we are relying on 34% of what we are manufacturing on importation. So the issue is that this is actually what, as economist and professor of economics, I'm quite sad about the way we are managing our problem. And the media is always mentioning this is very good actions to be taken to combat black market. But what are the repercussions? The repercussions that we are going to suffer from increase in prices. And those who mention that there is no increase in prices, go to the market and see what's happening.
Right, and moving on to another headline. The head of Al-Azhar, Egypt's prominent Sunni Islamic Institute, has strongly condemned the killing of a Jordanian pilot by the terrorist Daesh group. Ahmed al-Tayyib said the Quran mandates that the perpetrators of this cowardly act, which goes against God's word, deserve to be killed or crucified or have their legs and arms amputated. He also called on the international community to fight against the barbaric savagery of Daesh that is against the teachings of Allah and His Prophet Muhammad. And actually, we've all seen what happened regarding this sad, terrible, very terrible action that took place.
Completely barbaric action without any humanity. And I don't think